Why do some of the smartest people you know never really succeed, while others with average intelligence build powerful lives, achieve their goals, and keep moving forward without hesitation? Why do people who understand everything still struggle to take action, while others who know less keep winning? And here is the uncomfortable question. What if your intelligence is not your advantage, but the very thing holding you back? Because the truth is not what you think. Success is not determined by how smart you are. It is determined by how you think about yourself, your abilities, and your failures. And this idea comes from one of the most important psychology books ever written, Mindset by Carol Dweck, a book that reveals something most people never realize. The problem is not your intelligence. The problem is your mindset. There are two types of people in this world, not rich and poor, not successful and unsuccessful, but something deeper. There are people with a fixed mindset and people with a growth mindset. And this difference alone can decide the direction of your entire life. A fixed mindset believes that intelligence is something you are born with. You are either smart or you are not. You either have talent or you do not. And if you fail, it means something is wrong with you. It means you are not good enough. So you start avoiding situations where you might fail. You stop taking risks, and you choose what protects your image instead of what builds your future. Now here is where it becomes dangerous. If you are a smart person with a fixed mindset, you are in one of the worst positions possible. Because you are used to being praised for your intelligence, people tell you that you are smart, talented, and different. Slowly, without realizing it, your identity becomes tied to that idea. You are the smart one, and once that happens, everything changes. You are no longer trying to grow. You are trying to protect your identity. You avoid challenges because you do not want to look weak. You hesitate to try new things because failure feels like exposure. And you overthink instead of acting. Every time something becomes difficult, you step back. Not because you cannot do it, but because you are afraid of what it might reveal about you. Now let me give you something real. There are students who were always the smartest in school. Everything came easy to them. They got the best grades without effort, and people admired them. But then they enter real life, where things are harder and require effort, failure, and persistence. Suddenly, they are no longer the best. And instead of adapting, they freeze. They start doubting themselves, avoiding difficult tasks, delaying action, and quitting faster than others. Not because they are not capable, but because they were never trained to struggle. On the other side, someone who was never the smartest, but always had to work harder, keeps going. That person is used to difficulty, used to failure, and used to not being perfect. So they continue when things get hard. And over time, something shocking happens. The average person surpasses the smart one, not because of intelligence, but because of mindset. This is the moment most people never understand. Being smart is useless if you are afraid to fail. Because fear of failure is what keeps intelligent people stuck. They want to be right, they want to look capable, and they want to avoid mistakes. But growth only happens through mistakes, and improvement only comes from failure. If you avoid failure, you avoid growth. Carol Dweck explains that people with a growth mindset believe abilities can be developed. They see effort as something that builds them, not something that weakens them. They understand that failure is not a signal to stop, but a signal to adjust. And this changes everything. Because when you believe you can grow, you stop fearing challenges and start seeking them. You stop avoiding difficulty and move toward it. You stop caring about looking smart, and you start caring about becoming better. Now here is something deeper you need to understand. Your brain is always trying to protect your identity. If your identity is, "I am smart," your brain will avoid anything that threatens that identity. It will push you away from challenges, make you hesitate, and keep you in your comfort zone. But if your identity becomes, I grow, I learn, I improve, everything shifts. Challenges stop being threats and become opportunities. Failure stops being dangerous and becomes necessary. Effort stops being uncomfortable and becomes expected. Think about your life right now. Not your dreams, not your plans, but your actual behavior. The things you do every day, the things you avoid, the risks you don't take, and the actions you delay. How many of those decisions are based on fear of failure? How many times did you stop yourself because you were not sure you would succeed? How many opportunities did you ignore because you did not want to look inexperienced? This is not about your intelligence. This is about your mindset controlling your actions. And here is the good news. You can change it, but not by waiting, not by motivation, and not by hoping things will change. You change it by changing how you think. Start with something simple. Change the way you talk to yourself. Instead of saying, I am not good at this, say, I am not good at this yet. That one word removes the limit and opens the door. It tells your brain that improvement is possible. Instead of avoiding difficulty, move toward it. Choose things that challenge you, not because you are ready, but because you want to grow. Instead of seeing effort as something negative, see it as proof that you are evolving. And here is the truth most people ignore. Growth feels uncomfortable. It feels slow, it feels messy, and it feels like failure. But that is exactly how progress works. If you always feel comfortable, you are not growing. Now, let me bring this back to you. Right now, where you are in your life, the goals you have not reached, the progress you have not made, and the version of yourself you keep delaying. What if the real problem is not your ability, but your fear of discovering your limits? Because once you face your limits, you have two choices: accept them or break them. And people with a growth mindset choose to break them. So the real question is not, are you smart? The real question is, what do you do when things stop being easy? Because that moment defines everything. Now be honest with yourself. What is one thing you have been avoiding because you are afraid of failing? Write it in the comments. And if this made you see things differently, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me for the next videos. Because we are not just talking about success here, we are building the mindset that creates it.